Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Frank here from Truth No Chaser. And yes, you have entered another episode of Frankie's Sports Bar, a place where you can get your sip on and your weekly dose of sports all in one place. Yes, sir, as always, I got a good one here for you today. But before we jump into the show, I want to remind you all to visit us at all of our social media outlets. I want you to go to YouTube, Truth No Chaser. I want you to go to Facebook, Truth No Chaser. I want you to visit our website, www.thetruthnochaser.com. And I also want you to follow us on Instagram at truth_no_chaser. Yes, sir. All right, so let's get into it, man. And right off the bat, we got the NBA playoffs. Yes, these bubble playoffs getting started this week. And we got a lot of interesting matchups, man. We got the Heat versus the Pacers. I think I got the Pacers in that one. We got OKC versus Houston. That should be a good one too, but none more anticipated than the Trailblazers and the Lakers. Now, under any other circumstance, that probably wouldn't be that ill of a matchup, but we got Damian Lillard that caught fire during this bubble. Man, I think that's an understatement, actually. That boy got saucy with it during this bubble. And, he's catching heat at the right time. And teams are rightful to be fearful of him right now. You know, that boy is, right now, he's just seeming unstoppable. But, you know how that goes, man. When you got the teams that have the veterans that been here, done that, kind of been around the block a little bit, and they know when to hit that off and on switch, or on switch, I should say. And, they know how to light it up when the playoffs come time. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Only time will prevail with that one. But perhaps it finally is Dame time. Perhaps. We shall see. But in the comments, I want you to leave your predictions. Who you got going to chip? I got Milwaukee versus LA. Honestly. So I want you to get your predictions in now. I don't want you to I don't want no I told you so, because if you ain't tell me tonight, then it don't count. Hell no. That's not how predictions work. You know what I mean? Moving on. We got the return. The return of what? There's a lot of returns. The return of Alex Smith. Kudos to that brother. I was going to do a bibulous on him, because, his story is just amazing. People suffer broken legs in the NFL all the time, but his healing process, man, took a horrible turn, man. And his leg would never be the same. Almost fearful of having to, amputate that leg at one point in the process, but stay prayed up, and kudos to that man. Doctors cleared him, said he could come back. I don't know what that does for the current status of the quarterback that they drafted last year, Dwayne Haskins, man, but because they drafted him with the quarterback woes that they were having and stuff like that. So Alex, man, I saw the little video that with him and his family spraying him with champagne, and because I know he feels elated. He looks like he's moving a little bit swift out there on the practice field, man. But man, oh man, kudos to you, brother, on Alex Smith on his return. Speaking of return, let's talk about the NFL returning as a whole. I think I may have a solution. It's a lot of people like, I don't know how NFL is going to do it. But maybe they need to take note from the NBA with the bubble system. And the way I think they need to do their bubble system is by conference. Yes, the same way the NBA is stuck one state, right? I think they need to divide the conferences to different states, preferably states that don't have pro teams, Mississippi or Wyoming or something like that, right? Montana or something. And I believe the AFC should play each other, NFC should play each other. So what I mean by that, you play your regular division games, 6 games a year, and instead of playing and then you play an off division also within your conference. Then you play, instead of playing the AFC conference, you play another division within your conference and a few more games to make up the 16 or 17 game season, you know, that you'll have throughout the year. Beat each other out for the top 6-7 spots. Create a playoffs. You play each other in the playoffs by conference anyway. So play knockout. Top 2 teams, king of the AFC, king of the NFC, meet each other in the Super Bowl. Boom. Am I on to something? Does that seem feasible? Does it not seem like a logical solution? You know? But let's try it out. What's the harm, right? So let me know if I'm on to something in that. Leave the comments and stuff like that, man. But I definitely would like to still see an NFL season this year. You know, it seems like sports is going to move. I know I said before, sports is moving at a rapid pace and it's coming back too fast and stuff like that. But let me tell you, looks like they're not listening to me. So listen, come on back. And if you're going to come on back with a plan, you know. So moving on, sticking with the NFL, I got to call a cab. Yes. And a lot of you guys have heard this story already. But a young man by the name of Kima Severin, an undrafted rookie, got picked up by the Seattle Seahawks, decides to sneak a female into his hotel room. Now, you know, contrary to belief, teams are doing somewhat of a bubble of their own in the NFL right now, and they don't want no outside contact and all the extracurricular activities and stuff like that. So, you know, we've heard of people sneaking out, being late on curfew and stuff like that, but he tried to sneak a woman into the hotel room. And what makes it funny is that he not only tried to sneak her in, but tried to disguise her as a Seattle Seahawks player dressed in Seattle gear. Well, problem is she doesn't have the stature of a player, and the surveillance cameras caught them, and they said, that doesn't look like somebody that belongs here. Well, reality of it is he's an undrafted rookie. He probably wasn't going to make a roster spot anyway, you know, but that's neither here nor there. The reason why I'm giving him a call a cab is because you put, I don't know, a couple of minutes of pleasure before your career or what could have been. You know, you come on as an undrafted rookie, you're supposed to be coming through to prove defeat all odds, so to speak. You know, you're supposed to be coming through with one thing on your mind, and that's just getting a spot on his team, proving all the naysayers wrong. You're supposed to be focused, but Seattle Seahawks cut him expeditiously, T.I. voice, and they made the right decision because clearly there's other things on your mind other than football, and that's not who we need on this team right now, especially during this time. So if you can't seize every moment within the pandemic, then you ain't winning in the first place, my brother. And that's why I'm calling you call a cab. You're doing too much. You need to sit your ass down, call a cab, get him up out of there. So that'll wrap it up for Frankie Sports Bar. But before I go, this episode of Frankie Sports Bar was sponsored by Ambition Custom Apparel. Check them out for customized clothing that represents you, your culture, and your organizations. Ambition. Go get it. And that'll wrap it up for Frankie Sports Bar. The bar is closing. And God willing, as always, I will see you next week. But until then, y'all be blessed. Peace.